Listen to threads, learn from threads, some valuable life lessons. He'll talk to you, he'll walk you through some valuable life lessons.
Gosh, I sure do love baseball. But Coach Threads showed me that there are some things that are just more important. I'm Rita the Right Fielder, and I'm here to share my story about honesty. It's a quality that we should all strive to preserve, because without it, we lose before we even get in the game. No catch, no hit, no win, no achievement makes us feel better about ourselves than honesty. Let me tell you how I found that out.
He'll talk to you, he'll walk you through some valuable life lessons.
After a long, cold winter, Rita the Right Fielder was so glad to wake up to a warm spring morning. She couldn't wait to get outside and toss the ball around with her friends on the All-Stars team. After she got her glove, Rita grabbed a waffle from the plate her mother was just about to put on the table. "Bye, Mom." "Wait," her mother said. "Aren't you supposed to study for your spelling test today?" Rita thought studying for her spelling test sounded boring, especially when the weather was so nice. "I will when I get home." Her mother frowned. "Okay, as long as you promise to study. You didn't do so well on the last spelling test, remember?" Rita saw Pedro and Louie walking past her house on their way to the field. She knew her mother was right, but right now she didn't want to study. She wanted to play baseball. "It's so warm out today, and I really want to play baseball with my friends." "Sports and friends are important, but so is your education," her mother said. "You have to keep your grades up if you want to play on the All-Stars." Rita promised again to study and ran down the street to meet her team. The All-Stars had a great practice that day, and when Coach Threads asked if anyone wanted to stay after to practice catching, Rita was the first to volunteer. By the time she got home, she was tired and hungry. After dinner, her mother reminded her to study for her test, but when Rita tried to read the words, she ended up falling asleep. After homeroom the next day, their teacher announced that it was time to take the spelling test. "These are all words from the book we read last week, so you should know them, especially if you've been studying. Class, get out a sheet of paper and a pencil, and be ready to spell the words I read aloud." Everyone did as they were told. When the teacher read off the first few words, Rita wrote them down without too much trouble. The words got harder to spell as the test went on, and when the teacher said triumph, Rita realized she didn't know how to spell that word. It sounded like it ended in an F, but she wasn't sure. She squirmed in her seat. She only had a few seconds to spell the word before the teacher moved on to the next one. Rita began to panic about getting a bad grade and then not being able to play baseball. That would be the worst. What was she going to do? She glanced over at Louie's paper, saw what he had written down, and copied the answer onto her own test. She immediately felt ashamed and mad at herself for cheating, but didn't tell the teacher when she handed in her paper. When Rita went to practice that afternoon, she had trouble concentrating because she was thinking about the spelling test and what she had done. She knew it was wrong, but didn't know how to make it right. Coach Threads told the other players to practice batting so he could talk to Rita. "Is something bothering you, Rita?" he said. "You don't seem yourself today." Rita started to cry. I cheated on my spelling test." Coach Threads looked concerned. "I'm surprised you would do that. You're usually a good student." That made Rita feel even worse. She didn't want to let her coach down. "I didn't want to study this weekend. I wanted to play baseball. And when I went to take the test, I didn't know the words, and so I looked on Louie's paper and..." Rita started to cry again. "I feel terrible, Coach. I don't know what to do." "Well, I think the answer starts with being honest. You need to tell your teacher what you did and accept whatever consequences you have." "But then I'll get a bad grade." If she had too many bad grades, she wouldn't be able to play baseball. That made Rita cry even more. "Yes, you might get a bad grade, but you will also learn a lesson about the importance of studying," Coach Threads said. "When you first learned to field balls, what happened?" "I missed them all the time," Rita said. "You worked with me and taught me the right way to do it, and now I can field them pretty well." That's because you learned from your mistakes and you did better the next time. You know what to do, Rita. Coach Threads pointed at the players who were taking turns swinging at Pedro's pitches. Now let's go finish practice. Rita thought about Coach's advice while she took her turn at bat. She thought about it when she walked home, and she thought about it while she was setting the table. Coach was right. She did know what to do. Mom, I need to tell you something, she said to her mother. Sure, what is it? I cheated on the spelling test today, Rita sighed. I didn't study like I promised I would, and I didn't know how to spell the hard words. Her mother looked sad. I'm disappointed that you did that, Rita. I'm glad you told me the truth, though. I'm going to tell my teacher the truth, too. Rita felt better just making the decision to be honest. If I get a bad grade, then I'm just going to have to study harder for the next spelling test, even if the weather is good. Her mother laughed and ruffled her hair. Exactly! The next day, Rita got to school early and told her teacher about what happened with the spelling test. The teacher gave Rita a 0 on the test and had her serve detention that afternoon. It's one test, Rita, the teacher said. If you work hard, you can make up that grade, but only if you never ever cheat again. Rita nodded. Lying about my test made me feel terrible. I feel much better now that I was honest. Serving detention made Rita late for practice, but that was okay. She had done the right thing, and that made her feel good about herself again. When practice was over, Rita walked up to Coach Threads. Thank you for giving me advice yesterday. You're welcome. How did it turn out? Exactly the way it should, Rita grinned. I'm going to study hard next time, so I am not just a great catcher, I'm a great speller too. Coach Threads laughed and gave Rita a hug. That sounds like a good idea to me. I'm proud of you, Rita. The smile on Rita's face got even bigger. I'm proud of myself too. And that, Rita realized, was the best feeling in the world. Nobody's perfect, but fortunately, we are able to fix our mistakes by coming clean. Once we do that, it becomes a whole lot easier to keep doing the right thing. And that, of course, is being honest. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There's nothing that makes you feel as good as telling the truth.